What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Monero. Now, look, I'm a big fan of the privacy coins in the sense of I like privacy, right? And I think there is a genuine need for these coins. I have legitimate concerns about price action for them long term. Monero, you'll see, I don't think necessarily a huge gain, but it is in a long-term downtrend. So I'll point that out in this video, along with sort of my reservations with regards to privacy coins and the potential gains that they can have. Before I get into that though, guys, these are actually the first 26 coins that I spoke about on this channel. The videos that I did about all these coins, I said, look, I'm buying up these cryptos. And I give all the reasons why. Now, you can see what these coins, the price of these coins was when I released the videos. You can see what highs they hit just 18 months on. So if you'd put in, let's say, $100 into each of the coins when I released the videos, and you sold 18 months on, a $2,600 investment in total would have netted you a profit of over 123 grand, which is pretty damn good. Now, I sold these off in 2021. The coins that I own right now are the ones that I've been buying while the market's been down. If you want to see those coins, you can do. Just head over to CopyMyCryptocom. Now, on CopyMyCryptocom, I share with the members all the coins that I own. So anytime I buy a coin, I let the members know. So I let the members know what the coin is. I let them know what gains I think it can have. I let them know what percentage of my portfolio it's going to represent. And they can copy along. It's completely transparent. It's the same when I sell a coin, by the way. If I sell a coin, I'll go, I'm selling this coin, I'm selling this percentage of this coin, and I'm banking the money. And by the way, that's the single biggest mistake that retail investors make. They simply do not bank money or profit. Greed takes over when the markets are red hot. Now, if you've never gone on to CopyMyCrypto.com, I suggest you pause the video and go check that out. Now go read through the site. You'll see what some of the members have achieved since being on the site. You'll see all the things that I've said in the past. You can also confirm everything that I've said as well, because it's all public record. And you can make an informed decision if this is something that you're interested in. And guys, we offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it after 60 days, we'll refund you the costs. So go read the site now, go check it out, and see if it's something you're interested in. Right, Monero. Monero is currently priced at $151. This is its long-term chart. Now, Monero launched in sort of just summer 2014. Really low price, nice, solid, just under $1 for ages. In the 2017-18 bull cycle, it had a huge pump all the way up to a little over $540. And then in the most recent bull cycle, only hit heights, I say only, but only hit heights of around $480. So that is a downtrend. That is a downtrend. Not a significant one, but that is a downtrend. Now, Monero is about privacy. And it is the number one privacy coin in all of crypto. It's based on the crypto note protocol, and it's secure, private, and untraceable. Monero uses a kind of cryptography that ensures all transactions are 100% unlinkable and untraceable. So, in an increasingly transparent world, Monero can be so desirable because it keeps everything private. Now, there is legitimately huge value here. We know that monitoring occurs. Hell, the Snowden revelations showed us all that. And, the WikiLeaks revelations have shown us all that, governments monitor. And there's the appeal. But that's all Monero is as of right now. They do have some NFTs, and I'll talk about that because that's a cause for concern for some. But Monero was actually in July of 2012, Bitcoin was the first real implementation of CryptoNote. Bitcoin had promise, but people noticed that 80% of their coins were already published, so it was decided that the Bitcoin blockchain will be forked, and the new coins would be called Monero, which was then renamed to Monero, meaning coin in Esperanto language. In this new blockchain, a block will be mined and added every 2 minutes. In terms of supply, by the way, there is an infinite supply, but the current circulating supply is 18.1 million. Now, again, the key thing is unlinkability. Your identity is completely private. You have complete control over your transactions. You're responsible for your own money. Because your identity is private, no one will be able to see what you're spending your money on. When you send funds to someone's public address, what happens is that you actually send the funds to a randomly created brand new one-time destination address, which means that the public record doesn't contain any mention that the funds were received to the recipient's public address. It's truly a privacy coin. And right now, Monero's real use case is simply funds. It's simply money. And that is it. And yeah, there is NFTs, and again, I'll talk about them shortly. In fact, I'll get that all up now. So, Monero community lashes out against Mordinals amid privacy concerns. So it's always been possible to store arbitrary data alongside blockchain transactions, but the NFTs on Monero have introduced a slew of new concerns. So, the Mordinals launched alongside the Bitcoin Ordinals. So Casey Rodamore launched the Bitcoin Ordinals protocol, allowing anyone to inscribe arbitrary data alongside Bitcoin transactions. The Ordinals, by the way, is very, very interesting, and it's something that has garnered a lot of attention. If you're not familiar, I do recommend you check it out on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. You probably noticed I'm using CoinGecko a lot more because I hate the new panel of CoinMarketCap. So the Ordinals protocol keeps track of the Satoshis, right? That's the whole premise of the Bitcoin Ordinals, is that you can put arbitrary data to a single Satoshi. And then the protocol keeps track of these Satoshis. Mordinals are essentially the same implementation of Ordinals, but on the Monero blockchain. So while Ordinals require data to be stored in the witness part of a Bitcoin transaction, Mordinals use the transaction extra effectively field that exists within each Monero transaction. But there's never been support for this. And criticisms against Mordinals is closely mirrored those levied against the sort of Bitcoin Ordinals, but with additional focus on the fact that it could affect Monero's privacy. To protect user privacy, Monero transactions are signed using ring signatures, which bundle the transaction with a set of fake ones. So if an attacker with enough capital flooded Monero block with Mordinals, it would be trivial to distinguish actual transactions from the dummy NFTs. So that's actually become a genuine concern for Monero. So, is it going to be a huge problem? It doesn't appear that it is necessarily. Blocks aren't exactly growing wildly faster on Monero, but there is a risk here, and it's worth noting that, look, you do not want to see, like, the whole premise of Monero is that it's about privacy. And potentially the Ordinals do present some risk here. But Ordinals, the Bitcoin Ordinals, are garnering a lot of attention, they're garnering a lot of use, so it's very possible Ordinals are going to start taking off, and that could be problematic. It's not really a massive thing, but I wanted to note it. What concerns me with stuff like Monero is just privacy coins in general. So there's obviously been there was a privacy coin ban in Dubai this past year. The European Union in November, there were multiple articles coming out saying that the European Union is considering a straight up ban on privacy coins. We have seen We've seen exchanges start delisting privacy coins as well. And that's my long-term concern for privacy coins. Fundamentally, look, Monero, I still think will pump. I think this downtrend is still here. I don't think the Monero development is significant enough that we're going to see a new all-time high for Monero. Don't get me wrong, if there was a real legitimate fear of privacy being invaded that spread to the crypto markets, it may very well be that a privacy coin has a huge pump, another revelation about government surveillance, and we could just see privacy coins have a huge pump off the back of that. But based on the long-term downtrend, I do look at Monero and go, it's probably going to only hit sort of $450, which is still a 3x. It's not bad, but that downtrend currently does exist. It's experienced 2 bull cycles, and it's not created an all-time high, so there is a downtrend there. But my larger concern for privacy coins boils down to, what do governments do? Because regulation will come in, and regulation has its pros and cons. The cons, both are pretty significant, but governments want to know what everyone's doing. Homeland Revenue wants to know what everyone's doing. HMRC want to know what everyone's doing. They want to know what your money situation is. They want to know if they can get their hand in your pocket again. And privacy coins like Monero stop them from being able to do that. And that's a problem for them. And if they highlight this as a problem, they can force exchanges in their jurisdiction to stop allowing trading of privacy coins on their exchanges. They can also force bans within their jurisdiction for websites. We've seen that with Tornado Cash. And my overarching fear for privacy coins boils down to the government overreach, which I do think comes. I don't trust that. I don't trust that they're not going to do that. And then if all your major exchanges stop the trading of privacy coins on their exchanges, then you've got DEXs. But then if the DEXs are banned in the jurisdictions because privacy coins are being allowed to trade, fundamentally sooner or later the DEXs will capitulate and go, look, we've got to ban it because we need to be allowed for trading because we've lost a huge user base. That's my big concern. And yeah, there are VPNs. Yeah, there are all these little things that can be done to try and ensure that you can get hold of it. But if the trading volume is hammered by governments, if the ability to simply trade it is hammered in major jurisdictions, these could actually lose value, like a lot of value long term. And that is a risk worth knowing about with privacy coins. Because even though there's an enormous community that want their privacy, and there's an enormous community that will find a way to trade it, that community will not have the mass power in terms of trading, in terms of the money flow that an entire country is going to have. And there is a risk there worth noting. I still do think Monero pumps. I still, pump is a relative term. I think it will 3x or so. I can't see it breaking an all-time high unless wider use cases are created, and I don't see how there can be wider use cases with the risk of privacy being altered. And I really do like Monero, but I think there are legitimate concerns there for privacy coins. And I've said this a bunch of times, and I know some people agree, some people disagree, but I always like to hear why. So if you agree that there's a worry or a concern for privacy coins in the future, justify it, explain in the comments. If you think privacy coins are safe, if you think there's a logical workaround, if DEXs get shut down in jurisdictions and centralized exchanges are told they're not allowed to trade or allow trading of privacy coins, if you think there's a workable solution, I'd love to hear that in the comments too, because I've yet to hear one that I agree with. And as always, guys, look, If you enjoyed the vid, if it gave you an interesting take on privacy coins or Monero, or you just liked the vibe, then hit the subscribe button. Helps the channel, and the videos are going to make you money, so don't miss them. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own right now, the cryptos that I have been buying while the market has been down, go over to CopyMyCryptocom. Go read the site. Literally everything on that site is public record. You can verify everything you read. You can confirm everything you read is fact. You can also see what the members have achieved since being on the site. You can see everything I've said historically. CopyMyCrypto is where I share the coins that I own with the members. So anytime I buy a coin, I let the members know about it. So I let them know what the coin is, the gains I think I can have, the percent of my money I'm putting in. When I sell a coin, I let them know what percent of my holdings of that coin I'm selling when I'm banking profit. And if they copy along, they're going to bank profit. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that we always see in every single bull cycle. Retail just don't bank profit. And look, if you didn't make 20x or 30x gains in the last bull cycle, we did at CopyMyCrypto. We had coins that did 40x. We had coins that did 50x. We had a few coins that did 100x. Phantom did nearly 700x. And no one was talking about Phantom. Again, remember that. In 2020, there wasn't any crypto YouTuber out there. No one in the space was really talking about Phantom as one of the biggest gainers. I highlighted it at 0.5% when it had a market cap of just about $9 million as one of the biggest gainers. And when I find the next Phantom, I'm not going to create a course or any crap like that. I'm going to go onto my site and tell the members about it. So if you want to find out about the next big coin, like I said, go read CopyMyCrypto.com and see if it's something you're interested in. And that's it from me, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.